All right, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I have part 2 to the why students can't write essay series, right? In the first one, I just sort of outlined that this problem exists and I alluded to the solution, in my opinion, of course, what I feel the solution is. One of many, right? There's many approaches you could take, of course. This is one that I've noticed has worked really well with me. I just kind of want to share and hopefully help other people, students, teachers, anyone watching, really. So in this video, again, I'm going to get to my solution, right? And what is my solution? Simple. You cannot fix everything at once, right? Like I stated in the last video, student writes an essay and teacher edits it. Grammar's horrible. Organization all over the place. Thesis not very clear. You didn't expand on your ideas. You didn't quote well, and the list goes on. You circle all those things, you say all those things are wrong, you hand the essay back to the student, they are going to have no idea where to begin. Do they begin with the thesis? Do they begin with expanding on their ideas? Do they try to structure it better? Do they fix the actual edits themselves? I don't know. What do they do, right? Where does the student go from there, right? That's the question. And I feel like it overwhelms the student, right? And when you overwhelm the student, they don't want to do it, right? A, they don't want to do it because it's hard and they don't know what to do, right? They have no guidance. And B, they don't see the benefit of the essay, right? And that'll be a whole other video. But when they have a lot of edits to do, they get overwhelmed, they get anxious, and they don't even read them, right? They just go to the next essay and they kind of just keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And any teachers will say that certain students make the same mistakes over and over again. And the question is why, right? Why do these kids make the same mistakes over and over again? And I think it's the first thing I just said. When you give them too many things to focus on, they don't know which one to pick, and they end up just giving up. And then the second part is there's no help on how to fix it. You know, maybe if you have the time and you edit pretty thoroughly, you might suggest a different sentence structure, or maybe you even, you know, tell them how they could have expanded on an idea, but that's not enough. You know, it's not in the context of their essay. They don't see how their explanation was lacking and then a better one fits in the essay overall and it flows better and everything and it contributes to their thesis, right? So when a teacher gives the student all these things wrong, but doesn't provide ample explanation on how to fix them all and give them context on how to fix them, they're not going to fix anything. They're going to be super overwhelmed and just give up, right? And then they're going to give up, which means nothing's going to get fixed. And then B, which I think is the even worse issue, they're just going to keep hating essay writing. And when kids hate something, that's why so many don't do math, right? And they're not good at math. They suck at math. They never find even somewhat enjoyment in it, and they just dread it. They never get good, and they just scrape by until they never have to take math classes again. Essay writing can be so beneficial to everyone's lives, which I'll get into in another video. And if you can get them to not hate it as much, then you can get them to take the time to fix their issues, their essays get better, and their overall comprehension is just going to improve even outside of the essay, right? So as cliche as it is, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? You focus on one issue. Once that issue is improved on, then you move on to the next one. Now, a lot of people think this is a kind of a counterproductive idea, but I don't see how, right? To me, counterproductive is bombarding the student with so many issues where nothing gets improved. Whereas, you know, where they work on one at a time, they can give it the effort it needs to fix. You can give them more help with that specific issue because you're just focusing on the one. They improve on that one, they fix their issues, and then you move on to the next one. And then gradually, let's say over the course of the year, they might have fixed almost all their issues. So then when they get to the next grade or college, they're in a much better position, right? So I think focusing on one issue at a time rather than bombarding them with 5, 6, 7 things wrong, you're actually going to make more progress, right? And that's kind of my theory and my logic, right? And again, I want to reiterate, if they have a 5-page essay with tons of edits, this needs improvement, this needs work, yada, yada, yada. it's impossible for a student to fix all the issues by the next essay. A, because there's too much to do, and B, they don't know even where to start, right? They don't even know how to fix the issue, let alone pick an issue to start off with, right? So aside from not bombarding them with a million things wrong, we also have to show them how to actually do the thing properly that we want them to improve. That's like me never teaching somebody how to do something, but then getting mad at them for not knowing how to do it. It's my job to show them, right? And I don't think one or two little mini lesson activities is enough, right? They need to see it in context. They need to see, okay, this is how I explain my ideas in the context of an essay. Why didn't it work? And the teacher has to focus on that one thing and show them how they should have done it differently so they can actually see it in their own ideas, right? You take their own ideas and you help them word them better and explain it better, or whatever the issue might be. And that's going to stick, right? That's going to actually help them improve because they're seeing it in context. It's one issue. It's not overwhelming them as much as it would having 7 issues. And then they're actually seeing someone help them with it. It's not just, this is wrong and fix it, right? And then maybe you have a savvy student that tries to go to Google or YouTube, but you need the teacher. Most kids are going to be overwhelmed. They're not even going to know what to Google, and they're just going to give up overall. So that's where I think we start with fixing the essay problem. Pick one of the major issues, whether that's working on a thesis, explanation of ideas, structure, whichever you as the teacher feel like is the most important. And you start there, you fix it, and then you move on to the next one and the next one until in a perfect world, there's none left, right? So that's my take on the solution on how to fix an essay. That's what I've done as a teacher, a tutor, helping my younger siblings and cousins. And that's actually where I got the idea for this series. Is my younger sister said I should do a series like this where I help people write an essay, because she said that the way I explained it to her, which is how I'm explaining it in this series, helped her significantly. And I saw her essay writing go from, pretty bad C's to upper B's, lower A's, and just overall, more importantly, her vocabulary, how she explains her ideas, just in everyday speech, not just even in essay writing, has improved too, right? That's the ultimate goal. Transfer into the actual life. That's what students always want. That's what we want for our students, or we should as teachers. So to me, it's a win-win, right? So in the next one, I'm going to pick each of the major things that I see wrong with essays. Thesis, how to explain ideas better, how to do structure, organization, flow, and I'm going to break each one down and use examples and hopefully help everyone improve on their essays. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one.